UBT's Action Line Podcast is a production of UBT Media. Welcome to United by Trucks Action Line Podcast. I'm your host, Robbie Purser. In this podcast, we dive deep with those who share a love for classic trucks, like to have some good old-fashioned automotive fun telling stories, truths, and maybe even a few exaggerated tales. Brought to you by Sweet Patina and Metal Direct, this is our place to lay it all on the table and learn what happens when our guests mix fuel, spark, and air. Yeah, those are
the little sconces
straight off Amazon.
Oh yeah,
they
they're
work
like $10
terribly.
Or they're the ones that have like the click lights.
Yes,
they're so bad.
They're so bad. Well, you are you're on your way from Austin, Texas, or Liberty Hill.
Yep.
Which
we're like an hour north, 45 minutes north of Austin.
So Liberty Hill is an hour north of Austin.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm coming to your place mid-November.
17th.
Yeah, my birthday's the 18th.
That's right.
I'm pumped. I'm looking forward to this.
Be a good time.
It's going to be fun.
People will enjoy what we're going to do.
Since I already canceled on you once.
Twice.
Just reschedule. Is this twice?
Yeah.
When was the other time? Oh, the other time was September. Well, I can't now, so.
It's all right. We were joking about that.
I'm a terrible friend.
Well, because I was driving and I'm like, Brandon, what days do we have after Dino's that are like actually like free weeks? It's like this date and this day. I said, text Robbie back just those 2 dates and tell him to pick one.
Yes.
No response. These are the dates we have available. Pick one.
Yeah. Sometimes it's what we got to do. You just got to block me in. But I am excited.
During the work week, it's like, okay, well, like if I'm going to pull myself and another guy from like projects, we have to find a way to like do it and like figure out what we're going to work on that week while we're doing something else. So it's like,
no, I do understand. It is like I'm dropping in the middle of the week, pulling you away from projects, paying customer projects,
Yep.
So it is,
which you'll see I'm still astounded with what we do volume wise and the space that we have.
Yeah.
And I just have like a unique rule. Like if it's in the shop, it's being worked on. When you see the outside of the shop, you're like, why is there so many cars here? It's like, well, because sometimes you're waiting for parts or sometimes you're waiting for this or sometimes the customer's taking a break. And so it's like, well, bring that one outside and bring this one in and let's get it started.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather get it started and have income coming in than, sit there, twiddle my thumbs and be like, oh, well, we got to wait for this whatever and wait a week. Like I'm not doing that. So sorry.
And I mean, it keeps your whole team busy.
Yeah.
Keeps you moving forward on builds.
Yep.
And then when parts get there, you can jump right back on.
Oh, yeah. Just keep thrashing.
So we're talking about Mr. G's Classics. Used to be formerly Mr. G's Classic Trucks.
Yep.
You dropped the trucks.
Took the trucks off.
Yeah.
Because I want to do everything.
Yep.
I don't want to be pigeonholed into just one thing. I like everything. I'd like to do some modern stuff if someone had the budget or the, if it interests me, I want to do it.
Yeah.
Like if it has like some weird, thing in my brain where it clicks and I'm like, ooh, I'd like to do that project. But I hate to say like we're at that point where I could turn away some stuff.
Yeah.
We are. It's like if it doesn't interest me doing it, I don't want to do it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where everybody I think wants to be.
100%.
Ultimately. Yeah.
The first year you're like, you're going to pay me to do that? All right, bring it. I'll do it. You need an oil change? Come on, let's go. No. Well, you'll take any dollar that you can when you first get started.
Well, tell folks at home, so how long has Mr. G's been going?
So I bought the LLC in 21.
Okay,
I was still working corporate job.
Yep.
And then after my corporate career and, said go all in, we've been in our building, the shop that's at our house 2 years, and then I ran into space for 2 years. So it's been 4 years.
That's so crazy. It's been 4 years.
It's nuts.
I mean, time has been flying.
The year after COVID kind of put a kibosh to everything, and that's when I took the jump. So
I love it. We do have very similar stories in that we both had corporate careers and then took a crazy jump into truck world.
I think you and me had that conversation like 10 times before you were like finally ready.
Yep.
And I get it. It's when you leave a 6-figure a year job to like chase a passion, and you're like, well, you just have to go. And if you don't just go, you'll never do it, or you might do it at the wrong time. It's just you got to jump whenever you can.
So you were in insurance before.
Yep. So I spent 10 years in the insurance world, and before that, I worked in the gym industry for a full year, and then before that, I worked for Discount Tire for 6 years.
What'd you do for Discount?
I was a manager.
That's cool.
Yep.
Just manage the location nearby?
I started there when I was 17. I got my own store at 21 and left at 23.
Very cool.
Yep.
Was this in Texas?
No, Las Vegas.
That was in Vegas.
Yep.
So I want to go there. That's exactly, that's a nice segue.
Yep.
You took us right there. So you were not born and raised in Texas?
Nope. I was actually born and raised. I wouldn't say born. I was born in a north suburb of Chicago.
Okay.
So I was actually born in like way north Illinois. My family's from the suburb areas of the Chicago world. And then at 4 years old, my dad had the bright idea to move the whole family to Las Vegas.
Wow.
Then a year after that, my grandmother followed, my mom's mom. Then his dad followed like 2 years after that. So most of the family made its way out there. And then,
Yeah, it's like a slow little migration from
1991, we moved to Las Vegas.
Wow. Do you have any memories of Chicago area?
Probably like a couple small things, but no, nothing major. Like no big memories.
Yeah. So you landed in Vegas. You go to elementary school. You go to kindergarten, elementary school, all the way through high school.
Yep.
What are you into in high school?
Everything. Getting in trouble, cars, females, everything. I liked whatever a boy at the age of 15, 18-year-old likes. I liked it all.
Yeah.
So I was heavily into cars probably my senior year or junior year, right when you get your driver's license. Had a couple Volkswagens, had a Mustang, had I've kind of had the gamut of all vehicles.
Yeah.
I think that's why my taste is all over the place. My wife will tell you, like, I could be like looking at one thing the next day and then the complete opposite a week later and be like, hey, we should buy this. And she's like, we don't need that. And I'm like, but listen. And she's like, no, we don't need that. And then I'll spiral off and go buy something stupid that we don't need.
Well, I think the thing that happens to folks like me and you is that once we start maybe not even making money, but once we start like having a little bit of success and figuring out, well, I could sell this and buy this, or I can make a little money and put this into it. Like we start trying out those things, or at least I do, from that I wanted when I was a kid.
Oh, 100%.
Or that I saw when I was a kid.
Like 3 weeks ago, I drove to Mississippi to buy a car that my dad drove when I was in high school.
Yes.
Just to like, and it's like, I noticed after I had it for like a week, I was like, I really didn't want this.
Yeah.
But it ticked this box in my brain that was like, I grew up in this exact same car. It's super cool, but am I really going to do anything with it, or do I just want to like scratch that itch? I just want to scratch that itch.
You
That's all I really wanted.
What car was it?
It's a 98 BMW 540, but a 6-speed manual.
Ooh.
Which is, not super rare, but it is
unusual.
Rare. Very unusual.
Very unusual because the 5 Series is the middle-sized car. It's not a 3 Series where it's small. It's not a 7 where it's huge luxury. But a 5 Series car is definitely more on the luxury side.
100%. And the epitome of those cars is like 90s, early 2000s. I graduated high school in 2005, so give away my age. But that's like the epitome of like what I think of car-wise is like that 90s, 2000s. Like I want to reminisce and drive all of them because I like, especially the cars I never had a chance to own, or I wanted when I was in high school. Like now I can somewhat chase those and be like, oh, I could buy this. And I'm blessed owning a shop that I get to drive something different like almost every week. Or if we finish something, I get to drive it, put miles on it. So I've come to the realization I really don't need to buy anything because I'm always just driving stuff anyways. So, and I kind of have the cars that I want or trucks that I want. So I'm going through a selling phase right now.
I have been through that a couple of times. Mine probably much less quality stuff than yours, but I have gone through that phase. When did you move from Vegas to Texas?
We moved in 2016.
2016?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I met you in 20.
Yes.
Was it 19 or 20? Actually, I think 19, it was 19.
19.
Because COVID was 20.
The next year was 20.
Yeah. So we met, where do you recollect we met?
We met on Instagram, like how you meet people nowadays. You meet people on the internet. And then we just always chatted, BS'd. And then we hung out at LST one year.
Yeah, that's where we met in person. Yeah.
Then I flew out and we went to, I forget which fall revival it was.
Me too, but it was probably
3 or 4.
No, I don't even think it was that. I think it was 20.
You had your small Airstream and you, me, and Rocky went.
That'd have been 2 or 3 probably.
Okay. Because it was still at the concrete place.
Yeah.
Their property. And if you got a chance to go to that show.
Oh,
like,
it was
the best place ever. Like scenic backdrops. And it's just like, I love that guy's property.
And we're actually leaving here. I'm going to just timestamp this episode. This will come out next week, but we're leaving here tomorrow
15th?
to go to Fall Revival.
Yeah.
It's the 15th. So relevant memory to have.
My favorite memory from that trip is I remember we were leaving your house. Remember your fender was coming undone when we were driving down. We were pulling out of your neighborhood and we were like hearing this rattle, and I like get underneath the truck and tighten up the fender because it just rattled. I'm like, what is that noise? It's gonna drive me crazy. We're not driving 4 hours like this.
That was in the Blazer, right?
Yeah, because Rocky drove your big truck with the Airstream.
That's right. Because I was trying to figure out how we got the Airstream there and had the Blazer. Me and you went in the Blazer. Yep. Rocky pulled the Airstream with the big truck, and that's right. Man, that's so cool.
Yeah,
I remember the weather being a lot like this.
It was beautiful
then. Yeah,
we're so over the heat in Texas. Like we had a great summer, and then August and September came around, and then it's just been stuck like in the 90s. So it's like we're waiting for it to drop, and it just has not dropped yet. It's like, can we get like it's nice in the mornings, but at 12 to 4 o'clock, it's just then starts to get 89 degrees.
Is it still like that right now?
Yeah,
man.
I judge it by the power bill at the shop. That's how I judge it, like how bad it is. AC 5,000 square feet is no fun.
So when you moved to Texas, you were still doing the corporate stuff.
Yep.
You come out, you open Mr. G's Classics. Do you remember the first project you had at Mr. G's?
Yeah, Frank Wynn's 75 green C10.
Yeah.
Like lowered it. He brought me some leaf springs that were the wrong size. I had to get the right leaf springs. Just, and then, we had a K5 Blazer that we were going to quote unquote build for a guy or have us do a bunch of stuff, and it never came to fruition.
Yeah.
So
but
he got like halfway through, and then it was like pulling teeth to get anything else done.
Yeah. But the one you actually kind of...
Yeah, but it was like super simple, like lower it. And then he had a fender that was all crunched, and I found a guy by us that does patina matching. We took it to him, had it assembled, like just a small little project. And then ever since then, it's just kind of just been rolling like small project.
Yeah. What is
full builds at this point?
Yeah, we're going to get there. What is the first project that you feel like you really got to put your mark on? Like you had a customer with some budget and that you were able to really put your style on?
Being completed now, it's David 68, the blue one.
Yeah, okay.
And it's like literally everything's been painted. That's going to be painted inside the engine bay, underneath the whole truck, inside the cab. And then it's going to my patina guy to have like literally the bottom right fender blended.
Yep.
And then it's coming back to us so we can finish stereo, put the rest of the interior in it, and then start putting miles on it.
What kind of truck is it? Like what are the specs on it?
The most perfect 68 you could find. I tried to buy it when I went to go look at it. I was like, you sure you don't want to sell this? He's like, my dad bought this truck at 69. I was like, you sure you don't want to sell it? He's like, it's not for sale. I was like, okay. So when I met Will and Rachel and we redid Capone for them, it sits on Capone's old no limit chassis. So standard height, no limit, no raised rail chassis. It's LS3, 4L80, just, your standard combination, but the engine bay is completely painted. It's got a beautifully built LS3 that Mark Mullen built for me.
Yeah.
It's got a BTR cam set in it. It's got just a couple like little goodies, hand-built exhaust, made it look like a carbureted motor, whatever one does. And it's just, it's rowdy.
Yeah.
And it's got some 20-inch build specialties on it. It's just a killer little truck. We'll have it like done beginning of the year because it needs to go have the carpet put in it. We already have the seat done for it. It's got a set of slosh buckets in it, Dakota digital gauges, all the normal deals.
It is a really quality built patina.
Perfect patina.
6772. Yeah. And you and I have, I'll say this, you and I have a very strong love for 6772s. I know that as much as we've both been labeled for different vehicles, me square bodies and you OBSs, whether you like it or not.
I'm a square body nerd. Like I would, if I can have the opportunity to build a truck and you let me pick, it's a 64 to 66 or a sure body.
Which is so strange.
Those are my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out.
I mean, it's not strange, but knowing you, I feel like you've built some really killer 6772s.
Just 6772s has just been done and done and done. And it's like the crowd favorite everywhere.
Yep.
And I always try to push against like the crowd favorite. And they're awesome trucks. I love them. Don't get me wrong. Bring them to me. We will build them. But it's just like, if you want to like get my interest sparked to do something different, I'm going to shy to a 6466. That's my favorite C10 body style.
Well, you have surprised
hands
me.
Down. But it's ever since I got to own that white 66.
Yes.
I like the layout inside. Big back window is a must. They look the best laid out. I don't care what anyone says. That truck looks the best laid out. I love the small, whatever you want to call it, body line where the
Yeah.
wheel arch is for the rear.
Yep.
So
And how it's lower in the rear.
yeah, and I think that truck, if you're going to lay one out, is the best truck to lay out.
Yeah.
And if I had the opportunity to, like, if you gave me, here's, a couple $100,000, build your dream truck, it'd be one of those.
That's cool.
I like those trucks the most.
That is cool.
We own square bodies. I've owned probably, 20, 30 of them.
Yeah.
My wife has one. I have one. It's like the truck, when I got out of the OBS world for myself, it's the first thing I bought, my 79. And I've been riddled with 79 since then. Like, I think I've owned like 8 79s since then. Last year, Round Eye, it's my favorite. So it always happens.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, they end up back in my possession.
Well, let's take it back to when we first met at LST, like met in person. Yep. You were in our LST coverage video. Yep. And what truck did you bring? And give me the specs on it.
96 green OBS. We called it Ivy. It was like 80,000 mile. And it was just super simple, clean. It had a Beltec 4.6 on it, 20-inch race lines, AZ Pro Performance Revelator kit on it. It was just a perfect little, like, and it was my
cream
daily,
puff.
It was my daily for the longest time because I worked from home, so it's not like I quote unquote daily. I would get off work at 3:30 every day, go to the gym, go to the grocery store, come back home. Like, I made like a 3-mile loop from where we lived, but that was it. Until I really started wanting to go traveling and shows, stuff like that. I let my wife talk me into buying a Duramax, or I talked her into buying a Duramax, whichever it was. And then
that was a red MBS Duramax, wasn't it?
07 Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, LBZ.
Yep, very cool. Yep. So did that truck, was that the first OBS you'd ever owned?
No, I owned like 3 prior to that in Las Vegas, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have a soft spot in my heart. A guy that I worked for in Las Vegas had a mint 94, like it was his baby.
Yeah.
And it kind of got sold to like our group of friends that worked at Discount Tire. So his name is Brian. He owned it. Then my friend Omari owned it. And then it actually ends up to a guy, and I've tried to buy it from him like 5 times just because I remember Brian having it. And I'm like, I want to own Brian's old truck. Yeah. I guess now it's torn apart like a million pieces, like sitting in his garage. And I'm just like, I'd still buy it if he gave me the opportunity, but I really don't want it. And it was like straight 90s street trucks, like 17-inch welds, directionals. Like it was like your 90s street truck that he bought brand new, built it in the 90s, and he just owned the truck forever. He's like one of those guys that never sold anything. That's
so cool. Yeah. Well, you, at least in my mind, got labeled as an OBS guy, a cream puff OBS guy. You and one of your buddies and business partners, you guys have become known to uncover some of the lowest mile OBSs I've ever seen.
Me and the guys at Texas Street Cars really, I met them. One of them was going to buy that green truck for me. Never ended up working out, but we became friends. And then we would always send stuff back and forth to each other. And if they weren't buying it, I was trying to buy it, or if I passed on something, maybe they would buy it, or vice versa. Garland, Jason over there, just great dudes. And we did a lot of business together right when I first opened the shop, and we try to find the lowest miles, the nicest, even if they need a little bit, but we want to get the nicest example, because if you quote unquote build one or just put suspension on it, they're the easiest to tear apart. They're not rusty. They're not beat up. They drive really well. If you drive a low mileage truck compared to one that's ragged out,
like Steely Dan,
they just drive. The characteristics are just completely different. So we're just try to say this without sounding like I got a big old head, but it's like we just like the nicest of the nice.
Yeah.
So if I could buy some, like if I'm shopping for a used car for myself, I'm gonna find the newest with the lowest miles to get the best deal. I like quality, and I like to get into a vehicle and not have the interior just like completely destroyed, especially on those trucks, square dash trucks or the round dash trucks. The dashes fall apart. The door panels fall off of them. If you have someone that ever took a door panel off, all the plastic clips are broke. It's just they weathered away a lot faster than the square bodies. So when you find a really nice one, and it's a simple recipe. Like do a set of coilovers or 4, 6, 5, 7, whatever you want to do, and the right set of wheels. Don't skimp on the wheels. Put the right set of wheels on it and a set of brakes. I don't care if you're going to LS swap it 10 years from now or if you're going to leave the stock motor in it. They look good. They drive good. And like I remember after you bought Steely Dan, you're like, this thing, I could just drive it everywhere. And you can just drive them everywhere. They're great trucks. They're modern enough to where the factory AC works. The radio always works pretty decent in them, and you could get in and drive it.
Yeah.
If you got a decent one, you could drive it across country if you
Absolutely.
really wanted to. Yeah.
I honestly feel like I could get in Steely Dan with 224,000 miles and a little bit of a miss and probably drive it. I could drive it to you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
you're talking about my business partner, Chance. He has two of probably the nicest ones that I've seen. A 10,000-mile truck, and when we first got Autumn, the brown two-tone truck that had like, I think 16,000 miles on it. And he's driven that truck to Dallas multiple times, to LST, to Classic Truck Throwdown. And we're not trying to say like, oh, he's driving in cross country. But for a guy who owns a low mileage truck, he drives it a bunch. And that's the one that he drives the most. And he owns multiple vehicles, from Cadillacs to $200,000 show trucks that Keith Stevens built 10 years ago. So you call it whatever you want to call it. And that's the one he drives the most because it's simple, it's easy. And, you know, we played a little prank on him, like, what was that, 3 months ago?
We got to acknowledge we got Pat's
my
wife in the room.
My wife is in here.
Val's in the room. My wife Sarah's in the room.
And she'll help keep me my timeline correct because I can't remember 3 days ago. We told him he was having a fuel pump problem.
Yeah.
And it was really not even a fuel pump problem. Someone replaced the fuel pump, but the tank was just rusted from the inside. Yeah. So it just kept picking up like all these big chunks and rusted and stuff like that. So I called him, and his best friend that he's known since like grade school wanted to get him something for his birthday. And I was like, and we were talking about doing a stereo in it, but he doesn't want to see a stereo. Like it can't look like, you know,
anything modern. Yeah.
So we hid all brand new speakers, all brand new audio components, either underneath the seat, behind the factory, grills, whatever you want to call them. And we told him the motor was blown out. So literally he lives about an hour from the shop. Yeah. He was at the shop 45 minutes because we were like messing with him. And then I was like, dude, just go start it. It sounds terrible. Like, let me know what you want to do. Because we've always joked.
And is this in Autumn?
Yeah, in Autumn.
You told him that the motor in Autumn was...
So, I have like a running joke in the shop, like whenever he comes by, that we're going to LS swap it one day. Like without him knowing it.
Yes.
And so he goes to start it, and I had the Bluetooth like queued up on my phone, and we just started playing like some crazy rap music. And he's like, you son of a guns. I thought my motor was really blown up in the truck.
God, that car, I mean, that truck is super nice too. Yeah. I mean, it is super nice. We've got a CK magazine open right here on the table.
The 8,000-mile truck?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Yep. So what is this truck that's right here?
A gentleman that you've shot a video with multiple times, Kyle, that we built the extended cab for, Churro, minding my own business one day at work at the shop, and he sends me this truck on Marketplace, and he's like, this isn't far from me. And I like looked at it, and I'm like, I think he was asking like in the 30s for it, which fair, right? It's an 8,000 mile truck. And so I messaged this guy. He sent me a bunch of photos. To circle back to the Texas Streetcar guys, they were talking to him too. And like, those don't come up for sale. There's like 3 people or maybe 4 people that are trying to buy stuff like that. It's me, Jonathan from Stoked Speed, the boys at Texas Streetcars. Like there's only a couple guys that are like trying to find these things. And so I had talked to him, and a couple of days went by, and then he had sent me a message after like we kind of talked about a price, and he's like, hey, I just discovered something. Excuse me. I think the 2 front fenders have been painted. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, just send me some videos. Like, you're in North Carolina. It's not like I can just drive out there and come look at it. Yeah. So he sent me a bunch of pictures from like different angles, and I'm like, for sure those front fenders have been painted. Yeah. So obviously, I'm trying to get the best deal I can now on the truck. So
it's now your leverage point.
So now I get a better deal on the truck, and I call my business partner Chance, say, hey, I'm going to take a gamble on this. We normally don't like in that realm, even in any realm really, we want unpainted stuff, like stuff that hasn't been messed with. We got it, and my detailer Joseph probably spent a full day and a half wet sanding the 2 front fenders because they just had a lot of orange peel on them to get them really smooth out to match the rest of the body. And then when he was done, you'd have to really know what you're looking for to see it. But the interior was perfect, and it was just a great truck. It was first like partnership deal I did with Ride Tech on that truck, and I met Blaine through you and Jesse, and so it started like a new relationship for me. And I think that's my most viewed video on our YouTube channel, is that install video. It's just a killer truck.
The name of your YouTube channel is what?
Just Mr. G's Classic Trucks.
Yeah.
I haven't taken the trucks off that one yet, but whatever.
It hits.
Yeah. And then what's called? yeah, we had it for a while and we listed it for an absurd price because good luck finding another one. We took it to Dino's. I thought I had it sold at Dino's, and then the guy backed out, and like literally a week later, I believe his name's Justin, reached out to me, and he drove down, looked at it, and then we did a couple little things, and then he bought it, and then he sent it to my buddy Jonathan. Jonathan did a couple of things to it, and I believe he has it. He was talking about selling it, but I don't know where it's currently at this specific
And when you say
moment.
Jonathan, you mean Stoked Out?
Yes.
Yeah. He does some great stuff too.
Yeah, Jonathan's a good dude.
Tell me, you've become known for, at least in my eyes, because you're the guy I call and talk to about OBSs more than, there's no one else. If I'm going to call somebody, I'm calling you or texting you. Tell me how, even though it's so simple, tell me your recipe on these OBS trucks to get them right. You talked about it a little bit a minute ago, but give some more specifics.
If budget is no option, full Rytec coilover kit. You could pick, you could do Revelator brakes, you could do Little Shop brakes, you could do Willwoods, you could do Bears. Don't matter. If you're going to spend that kind of money, you can't have stock brakes, especially when you're going to spend $5,000 to $7,000 on a set of nice wheels. Like, you can't have stock brakes. So that's like kind of my recipe. It's those three things. You buy really nice suspension, you buy really nice wheels, you buy really nice brakes, set it up, get it sitting the way it's supposed to, and then drive it and enjoy it. So make some content with it. That's what everyone's here for. It's what everyone loves. And I feel like we really liked the way that truck turned out. And it was so funny. I was like, Scott from CK Mag and Brandon, they kind of like hit it off. They're like buddies. And he's like, have Brandon send me those photos. And I was like, why? He's like, just have him send me those photos, and it's cool. Like, I walked in, I saw the magazine sitting here, and just Brandon crushed it on those photos.
Oh man, Brandon crushes it. So Brandon is your media guy, essentially. He helps you with your YouTube videos.
I have other words for him, but yes, we'll call him my media guy.
We'll call him your media guy.
Yeah, Brandon, he was shooting content for a couple of shops in the Austin area. He was shooting content for Austin Speed Shop, for Hammer Fab. They never brought him on full time, and I felt like it was a gamble to me to, like, that's a lot of money, what media costs. And I was like, I'll bring you on full time. So, and then he's obviously doing much more stuff than just like making videos or Instagram posts and stuff like that. Like, we had to rebuild a website from scratch. He kind of keeps all of our like inventory in order. Like, he has many different hands right now until we really start just doing a bunch of content. But
he's the creative arm of the shop.
And I let him do pretty much. I give him very little. I have to really dislike something to be like, hey, I need you to change that. And I think that's happened in the last year and a half, 2 or 3 times. Where I'm like, hey, I just don't dig that. Let's change this or change that. But other than that, like, and he's a video guy, but he's one hell of a photographer. But
these photos right here are.
But to him, he wants to do just video. It's not that he just wants to. That's his passion. And
I get that more than anything. It just so happens he's a way better photographer than I am.
That's all he's really ever done. He's been like a freelance photographer, videographer. I think he's maybe had like 1 or 2 real jobs his whole life. And that's really his passion. And he's very good at it. And I want to give him the opportunity to, run with it. And I told him, hey, I'll dedicate a year, like, and let's see what happens. But like, I have kind of like tangible goals set up, like, hey, this costs a lot of money on the business end. Like, we need to see where this goes. And obviously he's doing a great job, or else Brandon wouldn't be there. Because that's kind of how I am now. If you're not doing a good job, bye-bye.
Totally. And talk a little bit about that, because in 4 years, you have gone from you buying these trucks and having a person help you out with getting them set up.
My whole business was based on me spending like the money that I made commission wise, buying stuff, fixing up, selling them. That's really how the business was born. I don't know if we touched on that.
No, we didn't.
But it was really like on flipping vehicles is how my business was born. And people seeing that I kind of have a keen eye for setting it up and making it look a specific way. I said this on Ronnie's podcast. I am not the guy building your truck. It's not me. I have a vision, and I know what looks good, or I feel like I know what looks good, and I know what parts and recipes I think work best. And that's what helped me grow my business.
I do.
Now, do I help in the shop? Absolutely. But do I have the skill set that all of my employees do or my team does? Absolutely not. I have a 10th of everyone's skill sets. And that's why I have kind of different guys for all different things.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, even on the media side for United by Trucks, that's how I do it too. I'm vision guy. I can do some nut and bolt stuff, but I bring people together who have way more skills than I do. And honestly, you can build a great vehicle by doing that. If you
100%.
got somebody handling the business side, handling the vision side, handling the creative side, especially if you're doing it for a media purpose too. I mean, it makes you can build something really great.
I need to find a way to just be the creative. I need to find someone to run the business and then run the shop and let me be the creative one. But that's kind of hard at the specific point that I'm at right now.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how though you went from it being you and building some vehicles and flipping them 4 years ago to what's your team like now?
I have 4 full-time guys that are there. We work Monday through Thursday, 7 to 5:30, and then I have 3 part-time guys, kind of an eighth. I have 4 full-time guys. I have a kid that works for me, 18 years old. His name's Zach. He kind of just, he keeps us happy. Keeps the shop straight, makes sure that all parts are put away. So he's like my little ride or die guy. Like if I need something done, we're sending Zach to go do it because we'll let him tear stuff down because he literally just turned 18. Yeah. So we let him tear stuff down and have some fun. He's like learning things as he goes. But yeah, I have like a full-time wiring mechanic guy. I have the guy that runs my shop who he kind of just like keeps the projects organized. If I need to get parts or whatever, kind of dictates what guys. We have a thing called the big board, and that all the projects kind of organized there. And then he kind of assigns jobs to everyone. And then I have Sean, who is kind of like our new fabrication guy, super autistic, TIG welder, doesn't talk, and that's why we love him because everyone else talks way too much, including myself. And then I have a part-time kid that works for me, but he can work 3 or 4 days a week. He works for the fire department. He works 2 on, 4 off. Yep. So just depending on the week, he's always there. I have another gentleman who works for me who is like a wiring guru. Yeah. He works at a place where they do EV swaps. They take old vintage things and they put EV motors in it. So his life just revolves around wiring. Wow. He comes in at night times or on the weekends to help out. I got to, kind of have, different people for different things, then we all work together as a team. Yeah. And you got me in there weekly messing things up and throwing stuff in the middle of the week in the schedule. Yeah. I had a buddy come by yesterday.
Like your YouTube buddies who want to do.
No, I just had a good friend come by. No, I try not to do that. Like a buddy came by so we could weld in a new muffler on his like 2026 Silverado just to make it sound a little bit better. Yeah. And we ordered some drop shackles, but they don't actually make shackles for his truck yet. Have you seen the new trucks have like a monoleaf?
No, I haven't.
Instead of like a leaf pack. Yeah. Some of the new like high-end Denali stuff like have a monoleaf. We're like looking at it, we're like, you can't put a shackle back there. Yeah, so,
wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, we call it max tracks and they're like, oh yeah, we're like 6 to 8 months out even having a shackle for that. Yeah. I'm like, we can make you one, but that's like a whole day deal. Like for us to design one, cut it on the plasma, get the bushings. Like he's like, yeah, we're not doing that. And I was like, yeah, wait till they're $90 on Summit and we'll just order you some.
Yeah, let's just stick with the muffler for now.
I feel like I'm forgetting someone. I mean, Val's really the boss. But I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Jagger, Caleb, media guy, Sean, Zach. But Nick's not full time. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Oh, Chris, the one who's been with you the longest that you know. Yeah. But he just never talks. So I was like, who am I forgetting? Chris has been with me the longest. He was like my first official W-2 hire. Chris, he's a silent killer. Yeah. So
I love it.
Not the fastest guy, not the slowest guy, but you can give him a task, it'll get done. Yeah. And Chris, I was like, I know I'm forgetting somebody.
How has it been growing a team like that? Because while United by Trucks takes a lot of people to make it run, on the back end, I mean, it's basically just me and Sarah making all this happen. Yeah. And then we pull in our friends and our partners and our friends and partners, one and the same in most instances to get stuff done. But you were doing this for customers who are paying you to build them a vehicle. How has it been growing a team to do that?
Very difficult to find the right people. I've had help before that I kept too long and should have said goodbye sooner. And I learned from that because I hired a guy a couple months ago. And like after 3 weeks, so like I just asked the team, I was like, he ain't going to work out, is it? They're like, nope. I said, okay.
Yeah.
So see you later. And then it's very difficult. And I've had this conversation, I feel like a lot lately. I interviewed, it sucks in our world. And I've had this talk with other shop owners. We have to put an advertisement out there saying, hey, I'm willing to pay X amount of dollars to find the best of the best person. And sometimes it can be, especially in the fabrication world and in a big city where I work, it's not uncommon for guys to make $30 to $50 an hour, depending on their skill set. Now, us as a business owner, that's a lot of money every week that we're, paying in payroll, and then you have taxes. My guys are W-2'd, so that's another added expense every week. I put this ad out there, and I was like, I'll pay for the right guy $80 to $120 a year.
Yeah.
Because that's whatever, $40-some an hour, $38 to $45 an hour. And I had 2 interviews within a week of each other. And I remember talking to my wife, I was like, this is either going to be the smartest decision I make or the worst decision I make. I'm going to hire both of them.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost me a lot of money. It takes money out of my pocket now.
Yep.
And it's been the best decision that I've made in the last 4 years. It was hiring both those guys, because even though they can do the same amount of workload at the exact same time, they're both very different. And it has changed the way that the shop runs, the way that I look at the shop for the last 12 months, hands down.
Yeah.
So it's just finding the right guys, keep your guys happy, take care of them. Don't treat them like a number, treat them like a team. Like I'm big on I take the guys out to eat weekly. If they need anything, even if it's in their personal lives, I try to be able to help out with whatever I can. I try to treat them. I've growing up and having the jobs that I worked at, I had a bunch of bosses that were very good to me. Yeah. And took me under their wing, and I want to treat my guys like how I was treated.
Yeah.
So
I love it. Well, I think it does speak volumes that you've been able to do what you have in 4 years. I mean, because I've talked to a lot of probably those same shop owners who are having trouble hiring, who can't grow a team, who are having trouble keeping, people in their shops. And while you've had some of that, you've also had some success in finding the right people.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I've had guys that have moved on and then gone and opened their own shops. Like Marlon worked for me for a year, and he's a tremendous fab guy. Yeah. And he was like, hey, he had his own shop in California when he moved, and he's like, I need to do my own thing. And I'm like, bro, I get it. I totally understand. It is go get that money. I totally get it.
So. I love it. Well, before we jump back to some more trucks that you've had that are of note, what are you working on what are you guys working on in the shop right now?
We have Charlie Andrews' 70 truck that is on Rev B coilover chassis, LSA T56, gonna just be killer driver truck. I have a bunch of stuff in the queue too. Yep. I have a storage building of stuff that's in queue. We have a really killer Survivor AD truck that me and my business partner bought, and we were like, let's hold on to this thing. We'll just figure out to do something with it.
And when you say AD,
it's a 47 to 54 truck. Well, I say 47, 53, 54 is an anomaly. Yep. There's so many things that are 1 year off on those trucks. And it's the nicest 80 truck I've ever seen. Yeah. And I felt like I had a really nice 80 truck at one time. Zero rust, Texas truck its whole life, was on the same farm and ranch its whole life. They kept it up, running, driving. The guy would drive it on the ranch. He would drive it to the gas station. Pulled everything out of it. We're going to use the original wood bed that was still in it. It's on a roaster shop chassis. It's getting a crazy built 5.3 with a Wegner front drive, Whipple 2.9. It'll make 800-900 horsepower on airbags. It's silly. For a super good customer, I have Ryan's 77 truck, which everyone kind of knows here, especially in this area. It was Alex Walker's dad's truck. Yep. He sold it to my customer Charlie that owns the Gold Truck. And then a good customer of mine who is relatively within the last year, we did an OBS truck for him. We're building that 77, and then after the 77, we're doing a 2-door Tahoe. So as soon as the 77 is done, we're going to start the 2-door Tahoe. And that's a full frame off, pulled factory chassis, all brand new ride tech, cleaned everything, painted everything, 525 LS3, 6L80. it'll be like the perfect driver truck. Like
when you say two-door Tahoe, you mean OBS?
Well, I was talking about a 77.
Oh,
His
sorry.
two-door Tahoe we're going to do after that's finished. It goes to tuning next week on Wednesday. And then the two-door OBS is going to be stupid. Coilovers, LT4 10-speed, build specialties, big little shops. I mean, it's going to have...
I love that big little shops.
I don't do a lot of paint work unless we're talking about like doing an engine bay or whatever, but this truck could probably get a little paint work on it.
Yeah.
Kind of stick with like that two-tone 90s kind of deal, but still keep factory trim, factory bumpers with the impact strips. On the OBS trucks, I want it to look like it came out of Grandpa's garage, like he bought it from the factory, and then we just put it on the ground, put the right wheels on it.
Yeah.
And I already have the wheels will be there next week for it. So that'd be the next big project for him. I have a God, I can't remember. We built an 87 truck for this guy named Darian in Houston. As soon as we finished that one, is that red square body with the Bosey wheels on it. He brought me another one. That's in queue. I'm going to finish Jonathan's 49 Suburban. I just need an open spot in the shop to bring it back. I think you filmed that, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? We got it running, driving.
Yeah,
it's
the
fully
green
wired.
one.
Yeah, it's fully wired, running, driving. I just need to get it back to the shop. He had to put it on pause, bring it back to the shop, put all the interior in it, like actually take it to my tuner, have my tuner like go through it, and then put some miles on it. I mean, a lot of that stuff is years old, but like we went through everything and we think we got it really close so he can drive that thing. So I'd like to have that done first quarter next year. I have a Cummins swapped 50,000 mile original crew cab dually square body 79. The interior,
here we go with the 79.
Interior is mint in it. That's a truck that we will have for sale. That's not a customer project. It's a mine and chance project. I have a bunch of stuff that's like kind of like in limbo right now because we're trying to finish the big projects. And whenever we have free time, I'll snake something in there. And then to throw everything else on the mix, since we're off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, give the guys 3-day weekend every weekend. I have it optional on Fridays if 1 or 2 or 5 of the guys want to come in. That's kind of how I try to knock out some of my personal stuff because I'm a degenerate. So I'm always looking.
Smartest man in the room.
I'm always looking for something. And we did a 63 Impala for a guy last year. And I tried to buy it the day that he brought it. I tried to buy it the day that he left. Never a big X-frame guy. I always appreciated them. But whenever I thought of Biscayne, Bel Air, Impala, I think of lowrider immediately. Where my mom's house was in Las Vegas, the guy across the street built lowriders. So like 9, 10 o'clock at night, you hear them just hopping outside. And I'm just like, and I became enamored with them. But like when I think of those cars, I think of lowriders. And I feel like X-frame cars are they're kind of like in another resurgence right now. Man. And I always wanted one. To me, my favorite years is 61 to 63. For 88 Classics, we bought a 61, sold it. We bought about 62, sold it. And I just wanted a 63. For me, it's my favorite year. I like the trim line on the bottom. 64s do absolutely nothing for me. So I found I put a post up like, hey, I'm looking for a 63. Sean Wallace in Ohio, he knew of one. It was just like a struggle to get it bought. The family had owned it since new. It was like just sitting on the side of their covered barn. So he finally got it bought. The day he bought it, I paid him. It showed up. It actually showed up on Halloween last year. And the plan was like, oh, it's like the body's perfect. Let's just put a small block in it. I'll bag it and we'll just drive it. Pulled the carpet back, pulled the interior out. It needs a whole floor. So
is this the red one?
Yeah.
The one that's on the trailer today?
So I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. It all depends on how much work you want to put into something, right? So that is a completely rotisserie frame.
I remember this now.
Brand new floor. Completely undercoated. Like if you were to just see a picture of the bottom of the car, it looks like a brand new car. Like everything's done. Brand new brake lines, all brand new air suspension, all brand new brakes, wheels, tires, brand new GM crate, 495, 4L6. Like everything is new underneath it. But if you look at it, it's a 60-year-old car. It's got some rust on the outside. It's got places where paint is completely missing. My wife refers to it as grandma's house on the inside because it stinks. But, that's what all
because it has all the OG interior in it.
Has all the OG interior in it except for carpet. We put brand new carpet in it, and it is going to get a factory headliner. OC Carpets actually sells the factory headliner.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's got little stars on it.
Yeah.
Like they look little stars on it. So I ordered that a couple weeks ago, and when we found the hole in the floor, I think this was like February, March of this year, and I was like, I'd sold a bunch of like random stuff, and I was like, this is what I want to build for myself.
Yeah.
So ever since like March, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whether it be myself or a couple of the guys or whoever, my buddy Lance lives down the street who owns my old green truck.
Yes.
That we were talking about, that now has a LS3 and a T56 in it. And he's just like completely transformed that truck. Just we would, get down on it and like work on it whenever I had, or if I had a free weekend, or if we weren't traveling for shows or whatever. I've spent entirely way too much money, and but I wanted something different. To grow my business, because I don't want to be pigeonholed into just doing trucks. I like everything. And a guy that we did a square body for like 2 years ago bought a 67 Impala and stopped by the shop. He's like, I want you to not do like to that extent, but we're going to do a motor out, like put a Holley mid-mount on it, clean it all up, repaint it, all new exhaust, all new coilovers, big brakes, shot wheels. So like
it's opened the door for new opportunities.
Yeah, like, hey, let's lower this car and make it run right. Okay, let's spend $50,000 on this car and like really make it to where he wants it to be.
Yeah.
So I guess my plan worked, which is cool. But I've become a sucker for the X-frame cars. I really do dig them. You could buy, this is a testament to how good these cars ride. You could buy Boris's $1,500 airbag kit.
Yep.
And it rides perfect.
Yeah.
It rides 90% of my $4,000, $5,000 ride tech kit. The X-frame cars with just a simple airbag kit ride incredibly well.
Well, I knew we weren't going to get out of this conversation without bringing up Boris. Boris at Street Machinery. He's been an X-frame guy for a long time.
Forever.
Maybe he's known.
He is the X-frame guy.
Yeah, he is the X-frame guy. He's a patina guy too. The patina guy too. He's the reason we're all into patina.
Absolutely.
But he's had some really, really cool cars.
Yeah, and there's a guy in Austin. His name's Matt. They buy and sell a bunch of stuff through each other. So Matt's had just like killer X-frame cars. So I've seen him have just really nice stuff. And of course, Boris has some of the nicest stuff out there. But yeah, it was just an itch I had to scratch. And, I'm happy I scratched it. And it's something I needed something different to like keep my brain stimulated.
Yeah.
My wife will tell you this. Her favorite term is that I'm a laptop and I have 100 tabs open, because that's how my brain works. Like I have extreme ADD, ADHD. So I am the typical squirrel. Like and that's the only way that I stay productive is I have to have 30 things going on. Yeah. If I'm focused solely on one thing, there's probably something wrong and I'm having to fix something or like whatever the case may be. But that I operate, I call it controlled chaos.
Yeah.
I operate best in controlled chaos, and I have to put other people in places to keep me organized.
Yeah.
Because if I did not have those other people, like my wife and Caleb and Brandon, the business would be open for 4 years, but I don't know how good it would be operating.
Right. The laptop with a bunch of different tabs.
100 tabs.
Open,
Yeah, that's what she says. Got 100 tabs open.
You got to get that on. You got to get that tattooed on 100 tabs or something. Yeah. That's good. That's
pretty accurate.
That may be one of the best analogies I've heard for folks like us.
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm 100 tabs. I might be 25 tabs.
Yeah.
But that's
well, and I suffer from like, if something piques my interest, I will read, I will watch YouTube videos, I will go to places and look at them. We're in the talks right now. I bugged you about this. We're in the talks about buying like a travel trailer. And it's like 10 years ago, I'd be like, I would never buy that. That's stupid. Like we'll just stay in a hotel room somewhere. We like to travel. We don't have kids. I like to drive places. I'm not gonna say we, because she sleeps and I drive, but I like to see places.
Me too.
I don't mind getting in my truck and driving wherever. I want to see the scenery. We live in a beautiful country. I want to go to all 50 states. Yeah. I just want to get out there and see things.
Yep.
I have weekends available to me. My wife has weekends available to her. We're both self-employed. If we want to take a couple weeks off, we can. It sucks. It hurts us financially, but we like to see what's out there in the world.
Yeah.
Like we have trips planned for our 40th birthday. Like we have things that we want to go do and see. And it's like, I'm not going to let anything stop that. So it's like getting a travel trailer so we could save ourselves a couple grand a year on
You definitely
Airbnbs.
can.
Because I mean, like literally all of my Amex points get used for flights and for hotel rooms.
Yep.
We don't ever get to use them for anything else because I use that for the business for everything. And that's like when I got to go places, like I'll stay in a hotel for free,
Yep.
or like she needs a flight for a class. That's free. It's like, I have to do it strategically like
Yep.
that. So
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And the travel trailer thing is something we started employing back in 2020, I think it was. And it does save a lot of money. It can become a headache with kids,
I'm sure.
if you're trying to figure all that out, which we did and have. And we're kind of back in our hotel Airbnb phase right now, even though we own an Airstream, just because of our merch side of the houses. I mean, we just
absolutely.
can't take trucks and trailers.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
all
I
that
would
stuff.
love to go buy a $300,000
my
Super C
gosh.
that'll pull my car
it
trailer
all.
behind it.
Yeah.
But that's not in the budget
It's
right
not
now.
in the budget.
I would love to do that, but that's not going to happen.
But there is something so free about hooking up your home to the back of your truck and going wherever you want to go. And when you get in it, all the food that you bought on Monday is there on Wednesday. The pillow that you brought, the Lysol wipes that you put in the in the cabinet, it's all there. Like that's what meant. I didn't realize what that would mean to me when we traveled, when we were traveling. But Sarah really helped me understand this is all our stuff.
Yeah.
It's not anybody else's. We're not relying on somebody else to clean this. We clean it.
Like last year for Dino's, I did my first booth at Dino's. I was able to borrow a good friend's enclosed trailer.
Yeah.
That helps tremendously.
Yes.
You have a place to put all of your merch. You have a place to put all of your chairs. You have the vehicle that you're going to bring. It's covered. It makes life so much nicer when you can have your things protected. And like people think that's like I have a smart cap on my truck. You have a camper shell on your truck. When you're traveling with $1,000 worth of merch or a $20,000 motor in the back of your truck or whatever, elements are elements. And like I can lock that thing. I can feel safe. Like I want to have all of my stuff protected whenever I can. So it's like I would rather splurge and buy that kind of stuff for me to travel, more safe. I don't have to worry about things. I can lock it up. And to me, it's just like it's a way for us. I made like this, quote unquote announcement a couple weeks ago. Like, I'm not going to go to a lot of shows next year.
Yeah, me either.
Like we just we want to travel. Like we love Florida. We want to go to Colorado. We want to go back to Montana. Her sister now lives in Colorado. We want to go see them, see our niece. And it's just a way for us to hook up, leave on Friday, come back on Monday. We could spend a couple of days and not have to stress out about finding a place or whatever. It's going to make our life easy. Yeah. And if you know what, in 3 years I made a bad financial mistake, then I'll own that. I don't care. It's
a good move.
I'm a risk taker.
Knowing knowing our lives, which are very similar, even though you don't have kids, but outside of that, our lives are pretty similar. We're traveling. We're trying to go all over the place. We're doing all these different things and trying to run a business at home. And
I just don't care about risk. Like I'll run it to zero. Yeah. And even if I got to go past zero, I will. Yeah. Because I know I'll make it back tomorrow. Yeah. And I've just always been that way because you're never going to get anywhere unless you fail. And I've had a bunch of failures. Yeah. A bunch. Yeah. But I've learned knowing what I know now from those failures. So to me, I'm not scared to. Like one thing I didn't touch on, I sold our family house in Las Vegas. Yeah. I had a very large amount of money that I had to help grow my business. Yep. And you better believe I spent every dollar of it because I wanted to own all my machines. I wanted to own all my lifts. I didn't want to lease anything. I didn't want to finance it through the Snap-on guy or the tool truck guy. I wanted to own everything because I have an exit plan in 10 or 15 or 20 or 25 years when my wife's like, hey, you're done. Yeah. Like you need to be done. Or I'm like,
I love that you get to make this call now.
I'm going to kill it or I'm going to kill everybody or a customer or something like that. Yeah. And I'm just like, and I'm burnt out. Like I own everything. And that's the reason that I want to buy a building next year is like, I want to be able to get out because there's a lot of guys in the space. They lease a building for 20 or 30 years. And then when it comes time to get rid of it, they don't have anything to get rid of.
Yeah, they've put their money in a black hole.
I want to be able to sell everything. Yep. And then if we want to move to Italy or
to Florida
for My Hope, Mexico, which my wife's not going to let happen, anywhere, like, and if we, there gives me my couple $1 million for retirement or a couple $100,000 or whatever it is that we can then escape because I don't want to work till the day that I die, even though I probably will. I'll find something to do
in some way
when I retire. I just want to, I believe in setting yourself up for success. And if that takes all the risk I have, like I said, I'll run it to 0. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm quite as hardcore as you are about that. I will run it to 0 for sure. But you have inspired me to take more risk just by the nature of what you
for like 8 months.
Yeah, totally. But what you've been able to do over in a very short amount of time, a lot of shops have trouble even doing that in 10, 15 years kind of thing. And so you've got the work ethic, you've got the thing I love about you, and I think this about myself too, but the thing I love about you is you know where your strengths and weaknesses are.
It took a while because I at first I wanted to do everything. Yeah. Oh, I can learn how to do this. I can learn to TIG weld. I can. If I set my mind to something, I will figure out how to do it. But once you start hiring people, it is much more important to use your team with the skill sets that they have.
That's right.
I can't do everything.
Yep.
I fully know that. I always take on more than I can chew. Always. And that's just how I am, and I've obviously learned how to cope with that. I think what's made me successful, and I've heard this from customers, I'm very transparent. I won't lie to you. I will always tell you what stuff costs. Yeah. If you think I'm crazy by telling you for me to lower your 1994 Silverado, it's $10,000, and you're like, why is it $10,000? Well, the parts are $6,500. It's labor for a full week. Then you got to align it. Then you got to drive. I just don't BS people. I would rather give you the truth, and you'd be like, well, I can't afford that. Okay, then I appreciate that.
Yeah, right.
Well, hold on. You could do a Beltec kit or whatever. Like, there's different things for you. But if you ask me how I'm going to do it, I only know one way, and that's 100 miles an hour, which is not for everyone. And I fully understand that. I try to communicate with every one of my customers, whether it be a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis, photos, videos. And that's kind of what we try. That's kind of Brandon's job is we try to capture everything that's going on in the shop. And even if it's touching base with something that I have on hold, being like, hey, man, we're going to get to it. Sorry, we're finishing this. I think that's where my skill set of communication and being like in sales my whole life is the constant follow-up, reaching back out, following back up with people. Like, just like, I feel like me being in sales my whole life is really what's helped me, because I'm a very people-to-people person. I'm an extreme extrovert. Like, I could talk to anyone. She could go to the bathroom at the airport. And I could start talking to John from Montana about something stupid. It's just how I am. So that stuff doesn't scare me. And I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I'm an open book. I tell way too much when I shouldn't. That's just how I am. So I don't mind giving everyone the good, bad, and ugly on a daily basis.
I think the corporate sales piece, which we both identify with us both where we come from, I think that obviously helps us with the risk piece, the follow-up piece.
Get a Salesforce account. That'll teach you how to follow up with everybody, and it'll give you reminders, and it'll just beat it in your brain. Like, if you think you don't have anything to do today, you have 10 other things that you need to do. Yeah.
You definitely do. But the transparency piece, the money piece, though, is, I'm a Southern boy. I grew up in Georgia. People didn't talk about their finances a lot. I didn't grow up with people talking about money that much. But that is something that you are very comfortable with. Do you think that is because of where you grew up?
100%.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas, everyone is either trying to be rich, or they're fake rich, or they lease their car, they live at their mama's house, or they're actually doing something with their lives. I was very fortunate enough that the group of guys that I went to high school with, that I'm still friends with to this day today, we do an annual guy trip. Every year we go somewhere. We bust each other's balls. We have good time. All of my friends are successful. There's maybe a couple of them out there that I'm like, what the heck are they doing? But my core group of buddies, stockbroker, firefighters, I forget what my buddy Jason's title is. He's like the VP of marketing for no, not the Gold Coast, Golden Nugget in Las Vegas. Like all of my buddies I'm a true believer in, like, I know people talk about getting a mentor and all this stuff. I just try to have friends that are really good people, that are successful, that are doing 100%. Something with their lives. If you surround yourself with people, and if you have a toxic person in your life, you try to help that person They don't listen. You try to help them again. They don't listen. And then it doesn't do anything good for you.
Yeah.
If you have those people in your life, get them out of your life. I don't even care if they're your parents or your spouses or your siblings. Get them out of your life. They will suck you dry. Surround yourself with the best people. If you do that, you will be successful.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It is so true. Even if you have different personalities, even if you have
100%.
a different way of going about things. I just, identified this main thing that, that is different with us, and it's the way we talk about money. But you and I have, we've been friends from the beginning because of the success.
It's what makes the world go round. It's what supplies my business. It's what pays my guys. Yeah. It's what puts food on my table for me and my wife. Unfortunately, I don't mind talking about it. Yeah. It's a tool. Yeah. And that tool is to be used to do good in your life, to provide for your family. I'm responsible for, nine guys' paycheck every week. It's what makes the world go round. It makes what my world go round. Yeah. And granted, there's a lot of people out there that don't like talking about money, and I respect them for that because I grew up in a household where money was everything. My dad's been in sales his whole life. I've just grown up around that. So completely different than the Southern people that I love. And now me and my wife are Southern people. We live in Texas. So it's I fully understand that some people don't like talking about that. And back home in my insurance business, I had this customer that was probably worth hundreds of millions of dollars, wore Walmart Velcro shoes, probably hadn't had a haircut in 3 or 4 months, and owned 20 duplexes in the San Francisco area. Yep. And you look at this guy walking down the street that guy ain't got $10. Yep. And you're just like, what? Yep. You own how many houses in
My
San Francisco? You're like, what?
Who had an 8th grade education and did really well for himself. Yeah. He wore some really nice boots, but he wore Lee jeans, not even Levi's. He wore Lee jeans.
$10 blue jeans.
And just, these cut off short sleeve button ups, tucked his shirt in. Yeah. You see him at the cattle barn. You'd see him out in the subdivision. He was a developer and a cattle person. And, did really, really well for himself. But like you just talked about, he surrounded himself with successful people. Yeah. He surrounded himself with people who were trying to make a difference in his own life and in other people's lives, the people around him. Yeah. And regardless of how different you and I are, we are locked in 100% on those principles. 100%. Sure. Yeah. And I think that's why we became fast friends.
100%.
There's many ways to skin a cat, and we both skin them differently.
I just look at you get one life to live.
Yeah, man.
If you don't live it and go to zero every once in a while and try new things or open a business or, take that shot, or you have to have risk in your life. Yeah. If you live your life with no risk, that's a boring life. Man. Now, you may have a good life and you may be, financially stable and you may have that 9-to-5 job that pays the bills and stuff like that. I can't operate at that level. Me personally, content is not where my life lives. I need chaos all the time, but I thrive on that. Yeah. I work best when my back is against the wall. Yeah. I enjoy being at that point. There's a lot of people that don't like that. Yeah. I'm just built different than a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, you talked about, having your back against the wall, taking risk. You recently took a huge risk on a truck. So I'm going to bring this right back to Capone. Capone, the one. Yeah. Tell me, before you get into all the details about, just about how you made all that happen. I didn't
think about that now because that was April.
Yeah.
And the money's already been spent. So it's what are we talking about? The opportunity came up. Val and I were at dinner, and Will, who we built the truck for, sent me a text. He's like, hey, I'm thinking about selling Capone, and,
tell everybody at home what Capone is, though, and what it was before you got a hold of it.
Capone is a 1970 C10 that has been, revamped twice, or maybe, you could say 3 times, I guess. Yeah. It's, in today's world, probably a $300,000 truck to build. If you were going to go to a shop, pick that chassis, that motor, that transmission, it's expensive if you were to build that truck.
Yep.
The opportunity came up for me to buy it. I had to sell a truck that I absolutely loved, that I had to borrow some money to buy and paid it off. And so I had sold my 2-car trailer and my 79 K10 we called George. I then had to borrow the other half of the money from a customer of mine, which is one of my best customers, building 2 vehicles, and to buy this truck because it was kind of a rolling billboard for ourselves since we got to rebuild it the last iteration of itself. And yeah, I think in the near future, Capone's going to be for sale.
Yeah.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not something that I need to keep. I think it has a cult following and the right owner is out there.
Yeah.
Where I want my business to go in the next couple of years, and I'm considering opening another business next year, that's a lot of money that's on the table that could be used for buying a piece of commercial real estate or, the next venture.
Yeah.
So Capone, I'll say now, will be for sale in the next couple of weeks. It's completely, we spent a bunch of money. I put new wheels and tires on it. We went through and did like a bunch of like maintenance-y things. It's been completely retuned. I left it with Jesse at Level 7 Motorsports for like a whole month and just had him whenever he had free time, just get it perfect.
So before we go any farther, when you brought the truck into your shop, what was it?
It was on No Limit chassis, a Wegner 376 2.9 Whipple on the engine dyno. It made 1,000 horsepower. It's obviously pulleyed down now. It probably makes 750, 800 wheel horsepower now. T56 truck.
It was a raised rail chassis.
It was a raised rail
got
chassis.
It in your shop.
Now it's on a drop spindle, raised rail, full IRS. So it's like you get your order sheet and you click every box pretty much. It's just an awesome truck.
Yeah.
And I would, if money was no object and I was a rich man, we would keep it. Like me and my wife took it to Moab, drove around all weekend, and it got amazing content and videos in the canyons, and we've taken it to dinner so many times. It's a great truck. It's just not something that I can afford to keep long term.
Yeah. I mean, you bought it with the goal in mind to show off, to have it be a rolling billboard, to make a bunch of great content with, have it be a marketing investment, and you're coming up on the end of that term, and it's going to be time to let it go.
I love it. And like I said, I would love to keep it. But if I were going to build a 67 72, it'd be a 67 or 68.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of 69 70 personally.
Yeah.
The grill's just not my favorite. The hood's not my favorite. But I mean, we're sitting here complaining about $200,000-$300,000 truck of like the things that I would change. But that's just how I am. But yeah, it is an amazing truck. It is stupid fast. If you don't know what you're doing, you will hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of offers. We're close. But I'm going to make sure that it's 100% ready. It'll be at Dino's. So if you're in the market, it's not going to be cheap. We're asking $185,000 for it. I'll put that out there now. So if you are interested, I know a lot of your audience knows the truck. You covered it extensively. I feel like we've covered it extensively. It is a great truck. I just want to buy a commercial building next year, and that's 6 figures that could go towards that amount.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it makes good business sense, and the truck is on another level.
And I need to pay my buddy back who let me borrow the other half. So obviously, I need to give him his return plus a couple of bucks. Yeah. So obviously, I want to take care of that. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I love that you did that. That was that go to zero moment,
it was not the smartest decision at that day, but it was like, when else are you going to get that opportunity to buy a vehicle that a good friend of mine built for a good friend of ours?
Yep.
Then I got to build it for a really cool guy and his wife, and then have the opportunity to buy it back. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yep.
I was able to do so I did. But like I said, it's just run its course. And I have so many other things and another business I want to open next year, and that money could be used other places.
So let's jump back to maybe one of the other things. You've had this 79 square body, and it's one that really got my attention when we first became friends.
Elmer.
Yes, this is a truck that, man, if it doesn't have the look. And I think you bought it from Boris, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, tell everybody.
I paid $8,900 for that truck.
Wow.
In April, or it was March or April of COVID. COVID had just happened. I think it was April. So, it was April. When I sold my green OBS, I didn't sell it. I actually got a trade offer. So that trade offer went into a really mint 01 C5 Z06, which I had no reason to have. So I think we enjoyed it for like a week and immediately listed for sale, not in the market for a Corvette. But it was, I tell people this, and if you're out there on Marketplace trying to make trades, like, I'm not doing a trade unless I have the upper hand. That's the only reason anyone wants to do a trade, because they know that they have the upper hand. So sold that. I drove. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah.
I drove to Kentucky to buy a 6772, remember? And when I got there, it was a hunk of junk. Like the photos this guy sent me were from all the right angles.
Yeah.
And when I got there, I was like, we're definitely not buying this.
Yeah.
And I was so upset because I'd woke up at like 4 a.m, drove to Kentucky from Texas. And on the way back, like I think I put on Instagram, like, who's got something for sale? Like I just wasted a whole day of mine.
Yeah.
And someone sent me that listing. I can't remember who sent it to me. I'm trying to remember who it was. And I just hit Boris up and said, you still got this? If you got it, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I like PayPal them $1,000. And I was like, at this time, I have the cash with me. Let me go back. I just got to go to the bank and deposit back this cash so I could pay you. And bought it, got it, just, drove it, enjoyed it.
What is it? Tell everybody at home, like visually.
Carmine, all one color, carmine. It had saddle interior in it. I had my good friend Lou Perez, who I forget that gentleman's name, James, who does all the seats.
Oh, yeah.
James made me a seat for it. Lou, love him, brought me the seat to LST one year, so I didn't have to ship it. We installed it.
In my booth area.
Installed it. At
UBT.
It was like Saturday. We
yes,
put it in.
I remember that.
And then remember we sat on the seat like outside.
Yes,
like the rest
it was under the booth. Yes.
So I love that truck. Yeah, it's Carmine. It's a custom deluxe, bare bones, 305 automatic truck. The 305 was so tired, and I bought a 350 Vortec motor from my buddy Mark. We threw that in there.
This is a dual trim truck too, right?
No, I put trim on it.
You put trim
which
on
now
it.
I would never do. But
I think it makes
when I
the
bought
truck.
that truck, I was like, well, I'm looking at Krusty right here. I'm
Yeah.
A custom deluxe truck to me now, like I would never do that.
Yeah.
But seeing all the other square bodies at that time, I'm like, oh my God, it's got to have trim on it.
Yeah.
Like they just look so much
Well,
better
that's one of the
trim.
greatest things about a 7380 is you get that trim. Or you
don't
can have
wrong.
that trim.
I love that there's trim on it, but today's Patrick would not do that. Because I think about like C- with no trim on it. I'm just like, that's the perfect truck. And it's like, so one day I was like, I want to have the engine bay painted. I bought Heart Fabs for it. I wanted to go to the next level on that truck. And I got about 80% of the way there. And then, as a lot of us do, we meet other people in the industry, and I want to put it on a chassis.
Yep.
So I sold the chassis. It's been sitting in my garage for 3 years, 2 years? Long time. Spoiler alert, it'll be on a chassis. I already have the chassis. It's already powder coated. I already have wheels. I already have brakes. Trying to decide drivetrain is my hardest thing. I really want to do something to piss off a bunch of people. So I have a couple of candidates in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm leaving the body the exact way that it was. Yeah. The engine bay has been completely painted. It's got Heart Fabs, filler panels. It's done.
It just needs to be reassembled
to my standard today.
Yeah.
So it'll be the same old ratty truck on the outside.
Yeah.
And underneath and inside the engine bay, everything will be brand new.
So when you had it at Dino's that year, I think
that truck never went to Dino. Oh yes,
it did.
Oh yeah,
it's on video.
I totally forgot about this.
Yeah,
because
you pulled up out in front of the Airbnb.
I got one of the first QA1 coilover kits.
Yes,
right when they came out.
Yeah,
and Travis at Pro Performance was designing his 4-link kit, and I got the first one, the first piggyback one.
Yeah,
and it was nice. I met Travis I think a year before that, and I know he's helped you out a ton. If you need to buy parts, call Travis at Pro Performance or Tyler. Those are the dudes right there.
Yeah, man.
I love those guys. Travis was the first guy to give me a wholesale account. I love those guys. So I kind of piggybacked his first coilover kit for the rear, his 4-link, and all the other stuff. When we took it to Dino's, it had raceline bursts.
That's what I remember.
Raceline bursts on it, full polished.
Yeah.
Not my thing. Not my thing anymore, I should say. And yeah, we drove it all over the place. We drove it to Shane's house. We got rollers of it on the freeway.
Yes.
Barry's a madman hanging out the window.
Yeah.
I love that truck, and it
looks so good going down the road.
I got to the weird point where I was going to sell it, and I was like, I just can't sell it. It's first square body I ever bought, and I've been waiting to do it the way that I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So like, and the way that I fund my projects, whenever I buy something and I sell something, I take my profit and I buy a little piece here, I buy a little piece there, or if the wife needs something, like, hey, let me sell this vehicle, I got you, I'll hook you up.
Yes.
Like, so that's just kind of how, like, obviously my business makes money and it pays all of its bills and my guys are taken care of. But like me buying and selling stuff, or putting something together and selling, whatever you want to call it, is what funds all my fun stuff.
Yeah.
Like I can't rob my business every week for me to do fun stuff. Like that's why we started doing the buy sell business and stuff like that. Like I try to keep that stuff to keep money flowing to my pocket.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I love it. I think it's awesome because you also do it with such an attention to detail and quality of vehicle. I think it's different when people are trying to buy something and pass it off as something it isn't, and you don't do that.
I won't like I have a truck right now that's killer 87. We're joking. It's Rick's doppelganger. It's just a GMC. And like, it's just not ready. Like it needs a seat cover. It needs floor mats. It just needs like a little bit more things.
Yep.
And I'm not going to, I'll tease it, but I'm not going to like throw it out there and be like, hey, this is for sale if it's not ready. Like, I'm not telling you I'm selling you a perfect truck. You get in and drive to California, but it's up to my standard.
Yeah.
And my standard in my mind is pretty high.
Yeah.
So I have like so many like little things that need to be sold. Like I listed 5 things for sale this week. It's like I just have like so many things that like well, we're very limited at space. And I don't advertise this, but the shop is at our house.
Yep.
So and like don't ask for the address because I won't give it to you. So and you can't come by, you can't hang out, you can't bring us
this
beer.
is business.
Sorry, no, you can't come. I have a lock gate. I have big dogs, don't come. Just joking.
Corsos, right? Yeah.
Mastiffs. But they're like teddy
Wait, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Are Corsos and Mastiffs the same thing?
Connie Corso is an Italian Mastiff.
Okay,
So there's Italian, there's English, there's French, there's all different types.
Yeah, and you got like 5 of these things.
We have 2 of them.
What?
And then I have a 15-year-old pit bull who will lick you to death.
I feel like you have
and
like
I don't even
5
know how
of
she's
these
alive
things.
still. She's 15.
Yeah,
we've
okay,
always
that's
had
where I'm
dogs,
getting it from. Yeah.
So, yeah.
You have running out of space at the shop.
Yeah, so I have a storage building where some stuff has to sit sometimes. So, yeah, it's just like we're out of room. So, yeah, I have a really killer 4-door Impala someone needs to buy. I got a really killer 90 Suburban someone needs to buy.
The Suburban is awesome.
It is. It's super cool. Travis Butler had a long bed for sale, and I wanted the Holobrands. He's like, well, just buy the truck. I'll give you the Holobrands. So I bought a long bed truck and sent it to Josh Parker. Josh Parker cut it down. I just drove it to C10s of the park. The AC will freeze you out. Someone buy that for me, please. That BMW I bought, that's for sale. Someone buy that, please. I just have like, I'm really trying to just get rid of the things that I don't need and focus on the things that I want to build. Val's Blazer is not stuck in paint jail. He's one man, and he obviously has to do other things to pay his bills.
Yep.
So Val's Jimmy's being painted right now.
What is it though? Because we kind of glossed over it.
79 GMC Jimmy. It was like a one-owner truck out of Arkansas. White on saddle. When I left the insurance industry, I had a job for 3 months for another company, and it was my daily driver. Like I drove it every single day. I drove it to C10s in the park one year, the year that you couldn't make it. Like it's a great truck. Had a little rust in the bed rails, had all that fixed. It's in full prime right now. Inside's already painted, but so it'll be my goal, if all goes well, it'll be Dino's next year. I'll have that truck done, but that's going to be its own monster. And
what's the configuration on it? Like, what are you doing to the
It'll be on a Rev B chassis.
Yep.
Blown LS, 4L80, NP205, 37s.
Oh, so a Rev B 4-wheel drive chassis. Yes. Very cool.
Let's see if we can talk her into it. Can I make it 2-wheel drive?
No. We got the no.
It'll be 4-wheel drive.
If you're listening, we got the no.
Yeah. So if all goes to plan, and if I buy the building next year, obviously that's probably not going to happen, but because then I'll be just completely poor. But if
if you sell Capone, maybe not.
No, because that money is still already allocated to a building.
I get it.
Like in my area, we live outside of Austin, Texas, like we said. If you want to buy a commercial piece of property, like you're going to spend in the millions. You're not unless you just go buy a piece of property somewhere in the sticks and build a residential shop. I could do that, no problem. But like I said, I do everything intentionally. So, well, not everything. I try to make best business decisions intentionally. So, yeah, I want to buy a commercial building. and I want to open another business next year. So that money is already kind of allocated in my brain for that.
Yep.
So
I get it. I love it. One of the things we glossed over is at Dino's. We've done some Dino's trips together. Like I guess all of them.
2 or
really.
3,
Yeah. I mean, at least meeting up out there kind of thing.
But you're just so far.
Oh man, I'm way
northeast,
far away from you. Yeah.
And where I'm at, like I want to go to Ben Dollar's thing so bad.
Yeah.
But for me to go to that, it's like straight due north
for 8 hours
for another day. Like I'd have to I'd have to plan another day.
Yeah.
And Dino's we always treat as kind of like a vacation. Like I take my wife, I take whoever, I offer to everyone in the shop. If you want to go, I'll get the Airbnb. Like I'm just going to ask y'all to help out at the booth. And literally the day that we travel, I pay them the day that we travel.
Yeah.
Like they get their normal pay the day that we travel. Now, when we're hanging out at the show, I'm not paying you.
Right.
But like the day that we're all stuck in a car for 18 hours or 16 hours, how long is they get paid their normal day rate that they get. So it's a vacation for us because it truly is the biggest and the best show.
Yeah.
You will never see everything because it is so big. It's just like, that's like our little vacation.
Yeah, and the weather's amazing.
Oh my God.
Out there.
The scenery, the media you could shoot, like it's perfect.
Yep.
And we're from the West Coast originally, so it's a nice place for us to go hang out. And we have some friends that live there, so
very cool. Yeah. Well, one of the vehicles that you brought one year was a really clean square body 2-wheel drive Blazer.
Yep.
What were the
33,000 original miles. Frank Wynn bought it. I forget if he bought it. He bought it. Oh, he got it from Matt Hooper.
Yeah.
Matt Hooper took it on trade, I think, or Matt bought it. And then Frank ended up with him because those two have bought and sold 100 trucks back and forth through each other. And I love Frank, and I say this the best way possible. At one point in time, Frank would have like 8 or 10 trucks. Yes. And they'd be like, oh man, I got to sell something. So I would always wait until like the deal was right.
Yes.
So,
this thing was gray and silver, 2-tone.
So silver on black, 2-tone.
Black, right. White, not a dark gray, black.
White plaid interior, red carpet, red dash, red door panels. We called it, here was the name that I don't know how I came up with this name, but if you were the guy who optioned that truck in 79, you were a cocaine dealer. So we called it, the name, it was Cocaine Dreams. And it literally, if you were a drug dealer in the 70s, this was your colors. Yes. Silver on black 2-tone, white plaid interior, red carpet, red dash, red door panels.
Beautiful.
And it was, someone tried to tell me that it was painted. I said, no, it's never been painted. I paint metered this whole vehicle. You can ask Matt Hooper. You could ask Frank Wynn. Like literally the most perfect vehicle. When Val and I moved to North Austin, we had sold our house South Austin. And so I had a couple of dollars, right?
Yeah.
And then when I got to the new shop and like branched off, that's when we sold our house in Vegas. I was like, I have like some money and I kind of want to buy something.
Yeah.
And it was either that or I went there to buy he still has it. I still want to buy it. A killer. It's either a 60 or 61 pig nose.
Oh yeah.
It looks just like the 6060.
Yep.
And I was going to buy that. And then I found a Blazer. I was just like, Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever. I found a Blazer. And he's like, you should. And I was like, send it to him because he's like, you don't need that. You need to buy the one that I got.
Yeah.
And I had forgot that he owned this thing.
Yeah. Was it all stock when he had it?
All stock.
Yeah.
So this was like 2 weeks before C10's in the park.
Yeah.
So I drove up there because it's the most amount of money I have ever spent personally on a vehicle until obviously Capone now.
Yep.
And I was like, if I'm writing you a check for $50,000, like, and this is when the 2-wheel drive Blazer market was at its top.
Totally.
In my opinion.
Yep.
That may come back.
And this was the cream of the crop in that market, in my opinion.
My opinion, your opinion, it was probably the nicest factory 2-wheel drive square body Blazer you could buy 73, 79.
Barring a 73, 75 in the same condition, which good luck.
At the time, it was probably the nicest one that was out there on the market.
Yep.
So, and like I said, I wrote a check for $50,000 to buy that Blazer. But when you were to see it in person,
it was incredible.
as soon as you open the door, you're like, And people are like, oh, there's no way it's got 30,000 miles on it. I was like, just go open the door.
Yeah.
Look at the carpet. Look at the seat. The seat looks like it's never been set. The back seat, I don't think until we went to D. I don't think anyone ever sat in the back seat.
In the back seat.
I don't think anyone ever sat in the back seat.
Just kilos of cocaine. That was it. You know? Yeah.
Dude, when Frank bought that, he got it, and I remember he like went through it, and like, you know how the Blazers in the back, they have those mats and everything?
Yeah.
He found a stack of $2 bills, probably like I think $100 and $2 bills, like in an envelope, like hidden underneath one of the compartments.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember when I bought, I was like, hey, do those $2 bills come with it? He's like, hell no. And I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, so that was probably the first like big purchase I made.
Yeah. And you did some cool things to it.
Yeah, it had 14-inch brakes on it, build specialties on it. Like, it was like one of the ones that I really got to like kind of start doing like what I call my recipe to something. And yeah, I wish I had Brandon then. Like, oh my God. The photos, the videos, Dino's, Kevin from Build Specialties shot it, so it's on their website. It's the nicest two-wheel drive Blazer I've ever seen in person.
I agree with that.
Sorry, it's a Jimmy, whatever Blazer.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there's one vehicle I could buy back, it'd probably be that one.
Yeah.
Or the red 87 I had that Jeff from Whiskey Myers owns.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Val would drive that truck back and forth to work.
The red one.
It was just a stock truck. We did like the most plain Jane 4.6 on it, ride tech shocks, torque thrust, like your standard, you know, I call it the flipper special.
Yep.
But she drove that truck to work a couple days a week. We drove it to C10s the park. I drove it to Dallas several times. It was a great truck.
Yeah. Didn't you just put some billets on it?
I bought the billets that were on the Jimmy were supposed to go on the red truck.
Okay. And then he did put billets on it just recently.
He put shots on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always, we like text back and forth because I've sold him some wheels for his GT500 or GT350 or 500, whatever it is. And I'm like, you ready to sell that truck yet?
Yeah.
I was like, because if you are, my wife wants it back. It's like one of her favorite vehicles we've ever had.
I mean, it's very good looking.
Well, the problem is I had both of those at the same time.
Yeah.
So I call it $100,000 in vehicles.
Yeah. In two vehicles.
When my business could use the influx of cash.
Yep.
So, and I had just moved into it was like my second shop. We had just moved like into a bigger building. I need to buy a lift. I need to buy some more stuff. And like, so I was like, one of them has to go.
Yeah.
So the red truck went. And then once we really started to grow, I'm sitting here talking about how much I love it and how I'd like to have it back. It had white plaid interior.
Yeah.
Like
hard to get in. And
you're not even taking that thing to dinner because you don't want anything to happen to it. Like, we would drive it and like then come back home. Like, you're really not doing anything in it because it was unfortunately it was too nice for me to own and do something with.
Yeah.
Because I like my stuff to where I can use it and I can beat it up a little bit. And that was just not the one to really mess with. Like, white plaid interior is going to get destroyed in my world. I remember one time I drove it to the shop and I was like, I can't drive it home now. Like, it stayed at the shop for weeks because I was like, I have to like come get it on my day off because like I can't get in here with these clothes on. It has white plaid interior. Yeah. So yeah, that's probably the nicest thing I've ever owned in the original low mileage state.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, Capone obviously is way more expensive, but that's probably the coolest square body I've ever owned.
Where did it end up? Do you know?
A guy in Ohio bought it. Yeah, I like listed it for sale. And another thing, we were at dinner. And like, you know, on Instagram.
You need to go to dinner a lot if you want to sell something. These five things are about to go to dinner.
We were at dinner and I got a message on Instagram, like someone that has a profile, but like no pictures.
Oh, yes.
Nothing. And he's like, that Jimmy's still for sale? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, call me. So I called him. His name's Tom. Super good dude. He still sends me pictures of it once in a while.
Kidding.
Yeah, he's
Has he messed with it or anything?
He's still rocking the SQRs.
SQR BDY
sticker
decal.
on top.
Yes.
Every time he sends me a picture, I'll send it to Rick. Be like, he's still rocking that sticker.
I love that. That's
and
so
then,
cool.
He's just from what I gather. It's not like I know the man personally. Never hung out or anything like that. He's a man who likes very specific things.
Yeah.
He's owned a couple of Justin Keith ZR trucks.
Yes.
I mean, he has good taste and he likes very nice stuff. And we built a 2-door Tahoe for Garland at Texas Street Trucks. It was like a 28,000, 24,000 mile, like but super rare colors. It's like this brown on black.
Yeah.
And same thing. Coilovers, big race lines, 16-inch low shop brakes, like this killer two-door Tahoe. I mean, and I remember we were like just starting to post photos of it. I got a phone call from Tom, and I saw his. And I was like, he's gonna buy the Tahoe. So, and it was funny because me and Garland had talked about maybe. Garland never keeps anything, so like I knew that it would be for sale. Yeah. So he like.
I love how you just strategically like assess. Okay, he's got that truck. Yeah. If I wait long enough, I'll be able to get it. But if I wait even longer, I might get it for the price that I really want it for.
And then, and then. Well, Frank don't have that many trucks left anymore. He's still got a couple, but it's not like it used to be in the heyday.
Yeah. Hey, pull that mic over in front of you a little bit.
So I see Tom's calling me, and he's like, "Hey, tell me about that Tahoe." And I was like, super nice. Let me send you some pictures. And he's like, I want it. Yeah. And Garland it wasn't even for sale. And I was like, and I threw the number out there that was like, if I call Garland and tell him like, hey, this person's going to wire you this amount of money and you're going to be like super stoked about it. And I called him and he was at work and I was like, I need you to call me back. And so he calls me back and go, remember how we were talking about selling the Tahoe? And he's like, yes. I was like, I have your buyer. Yeah. And he's like, what do you mean? I go, I'm not going to disclose the amount. Yeah. Very big amount of money. And I was like, would you sell it for this? He's like, yeah. I was like, I'm going to give you a phone number. Call Tom. Tom's going to wire you this amount of money, and I sold your Tahoe for you. And he's like, you're joking. He calls me back like 45 minutes. He's like, where do you meet these people? I was like, it's the same guy who bought my Jimmy. Like he likes
very
he
specific
wants low
things.
mileage. He wants the nicest of the nice. Like he's a guy who does very well for himself. He wants the nicest of the nice. And yeah, he got it. Loves that. He had it and sent it to Justin Keith. They put like an LT 110 speed in it.
No kidding.
Yeah, like he's one of those guys that has very specific taste. And so it's so funny because like if he like texts me, I'm like, he obviously saw what I posted. Garland was like, I cannot believe you sold my truck and I didn't even know about it. I felt terrible because he's got 2 little kids. Yeah. He's a married man. That was like the one thing that like the family could get into. Yeah. But I know how he is. He is a squirrel like I am. He's on to the next thing once you sell something. So I felt bad because I know how much his wife loved it. Yeah. So I was like, because it was like the only thing like she could drive, he could drive, the kids could get in the back. So I did feel terrible, but like I said, the amount of money was right.
Yeah. So Tom saw the
Instagram post,
the 2-wheel drive. Square body
on C10 sales.
He saw it on C10 sales, and just by the photos he could tell this thing is something special.
I think we sold it in December or January. Like I listed it in December, which is normally always a relatively slow month to sell anything.
Yeah, people are thinking about
any car
Christmas.
Dealer. Or, me and Matt Huber were literally just having this conversation a couple weeks ago, and I had listed it for like a stupid amount of money. I think it was like $78,000. And then I listed it like for $74,000, and me and him met a little bit underneath that because you just weren't gonna find one again. Yeah. Like you're not gonna find, and if you do find one, it requires
the right buyer.
Yeah, and if you do find one, it's gonna be like what I paid for it, $50,000-$60,000. Especially at this time, I think that was like what 22.
Yep.
And the Blazer market, whether it be 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, was just stupid.
Yep.
And then the following year, if you wanted a 4-wheel drive, especially a 1st-gen Blazer, a 2nd-gen Blazer, like I hope you got your big boy pants on because it's 6 figures.
I don't think it's stopped. You look at. I think it's still that way. There's one on Marketplace.
Definitely, it's leveled, and I think that prices are obtainable for a gentleman in his late 30s to 60s who has some money. Yeah. You could definitely buy one. But yeah, if you want a Hoagie built or something like that or a Bear Jack's truck, they're going to pay $150,000 to $500,000 for a nice Blazer.
1st gen.
But some of the square body ones bring big money too.
That's true. What do you? I haven't actually talked to you about this. So OBSs, would you agree, are kind of the hot truck right now?
I think 2 years ago they were the hottest truck. Okay. Last year they were still hot. I think they've leveled off.
Okay.
I think the market, granted, from me, Jonathan, Jason, and Garland, Chance, obviously we've seen what they've sold for, and our blue truck sold for in the $50,000 range. Yep.
This one here?
I don't think that. Are there still nice ones out there that are going to sell for good money? Yeah. But I don't know how many low mileage. So the SS trucks are hot.
Yeah.
If you can find a white or red SS truck, if it's anything sub 50,000 miles, it's over 50 grand for a nice one. I think Will, when he sold the white one, we'll say he got like in the 60s for it. So, I mean, and that was like an 8,000 or 7,000 mile truck. But if you have a 92 or 93 SS truck, white or red, it is big money.
Big money.
There's a bunch of 90s. No one wants the 90s because of the transmission. And they're just.
Because it's turbo 400 in that truck.
Yeah. And if you're going to own a special edition or like a special type of truck, why would you want the one they made the most out of?
Yeah.
They made the least red and white ones. And like the really rare ones, like the white on tan or white on blue, and then red on red and red on tan, like the weird like offspring colors.
They made those. I didn't even know they made
like,
those.
There's like single digits. Like there's 8 of this. Yeah, those are big money. If you want one of those, I think there's I think Justin Keith still owns it. There's a guy in Austin area, his name's SW. He was kind of like the guy who had all of the low mile. He had all 3 colors. Travis Nowak shot an ad for Truckin' Street Trucks, one of them, where it had all 3 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, back in the day.
Very
And like
cool.
I think his black one had like a Kenny Bell on it, had like 8,000 miles. The white one, and then he had a black twin turbo one.
Yeah.
Clay, who owned that black OBS truck, has the twin turbo one, and he has the one Jesse built. So he's got 2 of them, and they're both like 6-figure plus trucks. So I mean, those are the trucks that are bringing the money. I don't think your 80,000 mile OBS truck that's listed for 30 grand is selling, or 35 grand is selling anymore. I pass on them a lot. We tried to chase a kind of anomaly on Bring a Trailer a couple months ago. It was like 92, like red on maroon, but it was a 5-speed. So it was like just something different. And even that truck is like a 95,000 mile truck. It's got up to like almost 30 grand. But let's Bring a Trailer. Obviously, Bring a Trailer
brings a different clientele.
More money, than you guys on Marketplace. I don't think the market's dead. I think it's just leveled, and I think it's where it's attainable again. I don't think we're seeing obviously like. I mean, show me. If there's a sub 20, 30,000 mile truck, like me and my business partner or Jonathan or Jason
are interested.
We're trying to buy it. Like the 3 of us are fighting over it. Like if it's been posted for 8 minutes, one of us is on it because someone sent it to us or whatever. Like I passed on a really nice extended cab the other day. It had 30,000 miles on it. And it was super nice. It was like 20 grand. I mean, that's a heck of a deal if you want an extended cab. In a really low
mile truck.
But the people who want an extended cab are just different. They're not no one. I won't say no one. There's a low percentage of people that want that.
Yes.
They either want a single cab, they want a crew cab, they want the dually, they want the single cab dually. The extended cab is the redheaded stepchild
for sure
out of all of them. Which I've owned 2 of them. They're great. Like if you
they're
need
awesome.
like a cool little parts truck or a shop truck or whatever, get one.
Or
if
throw
you
some
got
kids in the back.
Yeah, you got kids, like especially the 95 and up with the 3rd door, get it. I mean, like you can use that.
That little 96 I bought that we were originally going to do the suspension on in partnership with you. I ended up selling it because it just got to me. I wanted a regular cab short bed. That's what I wanted.
It's just like buying a C10. Like you want the single cab short bed. Long beds are great for
many things.
Couple of things. If you want to build a truck, it's not what you want. You send it to Josh Parker at Parker Built, have him cut it down.
That's right.
Other than that, it's
well, what do you think the hot? Is there a hot truck on the horizon?
I don't know if there's like a hot truck right now. I know. So NBS's were doing some things, which I'm a big fan. We've bought and sold a bunch of them. I've owned several of them. I had a 17,000 mile one. Like I think they're super cool.
Me too. And they're very comfortable to drive.
LS
and they've already got LSs.
It's. I think in the next 5 years, obviously those will be because it's obviously like always moving in a progression. Guys my age, and then like. So like the guys that are in their 20s right now or late 20s, I'm 38. Those are the kids that are like, oh, my dad had one of these. Or like it was like your dad or my dad had an OBS truck. Now their dads have NBS trucks and LS power, AC, cheap to lower. I mean, they're just a better truck for the money. And like I think the ones that we bought, I bought one from Stoner. I bought one from what's his name? The guy that owns SP Forged, Jeff or whatever his name is.
Joe
Garofalo. Yeah. I bought one from him, and they're great trucks. Like they are great trucks, and you can make a couple bucks on them if you buy them right. And LS powered. Why not buy one of those?
Do you think the 67, 72s and square bodies, or what are your thoughts on kind of the value? Since I mean, you do have your finger on the
I
pulse.
think
I didn't intend for the conversation to go here.
No, I don't.
Since we're talking about it, like, do you think the 6772s are still commanding that higher premium over the square bodies? I think that's what
everyone still wants.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to find a truck that's 95 or 100% finished, there's more of those that are finished out in the marketplace, or guys who maybe they're in their 50s or 60s now that built one 10 years ago or 15 years ago when they were in their prime, and they're like, oh, I got to have that truck that I always saw and I wanted. I don't think 67 to 72 ever falls out of being kind of like the top dog. Yeah. I think it's the most iconic looking of all the trucks.
And man, they look good about this far off the ground.
They look good both ways.
They look good up too. That's true.
Static, bag, doesn't matter. They look great.
Yep.
It's like the only one that you could say doesn't look good static is a 60 to 66. But I still think they look great static.
Me too.
But if I were going to build one for myself,
yeah,
it would be on air, because I think that's how they look best.
Yep.
Now, hatchet's probably the only caveat to that, because I'm still mad I didn't get the opportunity to buy that truck. I tried to buy that truck.
I think it's for sale again right now for
for 145.
145. Yeah.
But you and I both know what Shane paid for
it.
And then we know what John paid for it.
Yes.
And when I sold my house in Vegas, I called Jesse and I was like, because it was like in talks that he wanted to sell it.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I buy it close to what John bought it for? I know he wants to make a couple of bucks. I understood that. I was like, but I want to own that truck.
Yeah.
And it was like still that like 130, 140 number. And I was like, if I spend all the money that we made on our house, my wife will kill me. I was like, I knew better at that point. I was like, at that point, that was not going to happen. So I was like, but I wanted that truck back. I would still love to own that truck. Out of all the trucks that he's built, that's my favorite truck. I think it's the most drivable. It's the most usable. It's got the right amount of power. It has the look.
Yeah.
I love the Bosey wheels on it.
Too.
I love the color. I love everything about that truck. But yeah, I think, I was upset that I wasn't able to buy that.
Do you think square bodies ever level off though? Or do you think they still, did they have the staying power that a 6772 does?
I think if you have a couple bucks and you drive both, you like the square body more.
Yeah.
It's my personal opinion. If you have the funds, you can go drive a 67, 72. You could go drive a nice,
comparable
we're talking about comparable build, right?
You get more room.
Yeah.
You like, because even in, I'm 6 foot, I'm in a 6772. Even with lowered seat brackets, I'm still looking out the strip at the top.
You got to pull the tank out.
Yeah.
There's things that you have to do to a 67, 72 that you don't have to do in a square body. And I may just be partial. That's.
Oh, I'm asking your opinion. Though, so it's
that's
all good.
the one that I like. I'm building 2 of them right now.
Yeah,
that's my flavor.
Yeah.
Now, if I had, like I said, all the money in the world, I could build, like if you gave me, or a customer said, here's $300,000, build me a C10, you get to pick everything. I'm buying a 64, 66.
Yeah. I love to hear that. I did not expect that coming
people
from you.
Are always mind blown when I say that, but the white one that we owned, I really enjoyed it.
Is that the one you got from Paul
Frank's,
or Frank? Yeah.
Which is his son, Paul.
Yeah. Which was a bad to the bone truck.
I love that truck. I love that it was cut down truck. I love it had the bigger wheel openings in the rear because it was a C20. I liked a lot of things about that truck.
You put it on Ventex too, right?
Yeah, Ventex, which is not my choice. Thank you, Chance, for owning 9 cars on Ventex. Classic.
But you are a billet specialties guy.
Through and through.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm a dealer for Forge Line. Like, I like everything.
Yep.
I just have a good relationship. It's like you with Sweet Patina or QA1. You want to build off of the relationships that you have. Like if someone calls me and they're like, hey, should I buy QA1 Ride Tech? I'm going to say buy the Ride Tech stuff. That's just like, I have a specific things that I like. Not saying QA1 doesn't make a great product. I had it on my square body.
That's why there are options.
Great stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
I love it, man.
I have too many opinions.
Sometimes
it changes. But yeah, if I had
sometimes it changes. I like that you can admit that, though.
But if someone came to me, no budget, and they're like, you pick a truck, I'm building a 64, 66.
Yeah.
Big back window, GMC. Like, and I know we kind of have that, like, if you can always get a GMC, it's always better.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would build.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now, if you brought me any amount of money and I get to build a car, I'm building a 67 Chevelle.
Yeah. Oh, me too. 67. I would say 65, 67s are my favorite.
If you want a muscle car, that's what I'm building. Now, if you said, hey, let's build an X-frame car, like
63.
62 or 3.
Yeah.
If you could find a 58, 59, why not?
So Sarah has recently caught on to like El Caminos because she's like, oh, it's a car with a truck
I love
bed.
El Caminos.
Me too. But a 50
people that don't like El Caminos, I'm sorry. If you get a 60s era El Camino,
man,
or even the 80s El Caminos,
yeah,
I can't believe I didn't touch on this. Me owning a shop and the love that I have for trucks is to blame one person.
Yeah,
his name is Dustin Hacker. He owns Nostalgia Hot Rods. He ruined me.
Yeah.
Him and his dad built this crazy Pro Street 80s, like in the heyday, early 2000s, late 90s. Me and him met at Discount Tire. He owns a very successful, they build $100,000 to $1 million pro touring, like very specific, SEMA builds. And he's really what got me into trucks.
Yeah.
And we'll see him next week, and we're going to see him as like, I was in his wedding. He's like one of my best friends.
That's cool.
Ride or die. And it's so funny. Val's going for a hair class next week in Southern Utah where they live.
Yeah.
And he's like, bring all of your work clothes because we got like
you're gonna help me build something.
No, we have 2 SEMA trucks that need to be finished.
Yes.
Like one car, one truck. He's like, I got 2 vehicles that need to be finished.
I love that.
I hope you're ready to work all weekend. And I was like, how did I know this was going to happen?
Well, is there a truck that you remember him building? Or
his Pro Street C10.
His Pro Street C10.
Which it was a weird thing. Him and his dad owned it.
Yep.
They had a shop together. They had like falling out when his dad passed. His wife called us and said, hey, come get your truck. We all know it's your truck. It's always been your truck.
Yeah.
His dad wanted to give it back to him. Just they never had a chance to do that. So yeah, he still owns that truck to this day.
That's
cool. And it's like super crazy, like Pro Street, big block, 871 blower.
Yes.
Like it's like
the quintessential.
It was on the cover? It was on the cover of Street Trucks, or it had a full feature in Street Trucks that Travis Nowak shot. We shot it out like in the Salt Flats outside of Boulder City in Nevada. And I remember going at like, we left his house at 4 a.m. We had a blowout in the trailer on the way out there. Wow. Had to change it on the side of the road. Shot his truck. I'll have to like find some photos and send it to
that'd
you.
Be awesome.
Put in here, but
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, he's the reason I'm probably a shop owner, heavy into trucks. Like, that's his fault.
I love it, man. Well, I think we're coming up on our time.
I don't know how long it's been.
Too long, an hour and 45. It's been awesome. Been perfect. Is there anything you want to tell these guys at home that we didn't cover?
I'm an open book, man.
Yeah.
People reach out to me, ask me questions all the time.
I do.
I'm always on my phone. My wife hates me. So yeah, and I get like if you
that's the title of this one. My wife hates me. I always
tell people like, if I don't get back to your question right away, it's not that I didn't see it or I don't want to respond to it. Yeah. It's like Fridays and the weekends or like
time.
After dinner when I have like an hour like to myself, like I try to if you're in my DM and you want a response or you have a question about something or a part or a truck, you'll get that response at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. Like in the middle of the day, like it's just hard for me to do that. And I always tell
you're running a shop, man.
Well, I tell new prospective customers like our shop phone I've had, like I can only filter the messages and text messages and voicemails on Fridays. Yeah. Like it literally is sitting dead in the top shelf of my desk right now. So if you call the phone number on our tent, on our website, anything like that, I'm not going to answer it. Leave a voicemail with your phone number, and I'll call you back.
Give me 5 days.
I will call you Friday or Saturday when I just have time to get back to you. But you know how it is. It's like
I do.
You talk to a customer, you might spend the next 20 or 30 minutes on the phone because I want to give everyone,
attention,
the attention. And I hate to say this, 90% of the time, there are people that aren't going to be a customer of mine, or they just want to know the recipe or questions or whatever. And I'm going to give you that time, but it's going to be on my schedule. And I just don't have the time Monday through Thursday when we're busy or I'm talking to customers or whatever the case may be to be like, spend an hour with you on the phone. I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
Well, the good thing is you have your own YouTube channel. You share a lot of this information about the recipe on your YouTube channel. You've been on United by Trucks many times. We've got a new video that's going to be coming out later this year. We're going to film it in November. So you'll share a lot of stuff in it.
Bring that truck down there.
I know it. We're coming to your place this time. Yeah. It's going to be great.
I had Robbie get some extra parts this week.
It's going to be great.
Cool. Yeah. Well,
it's going to be awesome.
It's going to look good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. We're going to bring down the joint with old Steely Dan.
We're going to have some good barbecue on you there.
No, I just mean we're going to bring down the class level.
We're gonna, you know me, we're going to have a good time while you're there.
I mean, like Steely Dan, this is what you could be.
Yeah. I'm excited because I have not done that kit on one of those trucks.
Yeah, with the torque arm.
We've done a 6772. We've done a square body. I have not done their setup on an OBS truck. So I'm excited to try it. Obviously, you have a bunch of other good parts. We got some slosh tubs now. So yeah, I'm gonna get it as low as I can get it.
I mean, and that's where
that's
you
can
goal.
drive it
100%.
and you can enjoy it.
100%.
And you're not gonna have to worry about it causing problems. When we built Autumn, the 94, the two-tone truck, I probably had 20 hours in driving it, setting the shocks,
driving it,
making it a little bit lower, and now he can drive that thing as low as it is.
Yeah.
I've never had it rub once. It's right sizes on the tires, right backspaces on the wheels, how low you can get it, and it's he drives that thing everywhere.
And it makes all the difference on an OBS, man. They are not C10s. They are
the steering
just not C10s.
The factory steering geometry is just it's not the best from the factory, so you have to do little things to get it to do the right things.
And if you go try to run like on mud, I had a 20x10 with a 5.5-inch backspace on a 315 3520. You couldn't put that under an OBS with a normal 7-inch drop for nothing. No. Not even close.
A 315 will fit with a 6 1/4 backspace on a 10.5.
There you go.
If you want a 315 on the back of your OBS,
that's
you
how
need
you
a
get
10.5-inch wheel with a 6 1/4 backspace. It will fit, but body roll side to side, it's going to rub on the inside, it's going to rub on the outside.
Right.
You can do it. You can put a 315 on your OBS.
Yeah, and
that's
how.
Now. You can do it. That's the sizing you need. That's the backspacing you need. But if you set it up the way that I do, we run a 295/35 and a 255/35 in the front, full lock to lock, no rub. You could have it completely hammered in the rear. Drive it wherever you want to drive it, and you have zero issues.
Yeah,
with a set of slosh tubs in the front.
Yes.
Do not lower it that low without a set of slosh tubs. It will rub all over the place.
For sure.
Yeah. Like the factory overflow bottle and the computer. If you have a later truck, those bolts will rub into the tires. And do not do that.
And cut
buy a set of slosh tubs. They're not expensive. Mike will sell them to you. He's a good guy. Just buy a set of slosh tubs.
I love it. Well, I appreciate you coming to do this, man. Cool. You've done a bit of a swing to head up to North Carolina. This has been fun.
We'll see how many people I make mad this weekend. Thank you, Lou, and thank you, Casey.
Let's not even say why you might make them mad, because that will start a
I've been reading
firestorm.
all the comments. I've been reading all the comments on his Facebook page, and can I bring this and can I bring that, and is this allowed? I'm just like, I'm gonna piss everybody
this
off.
has nothing to do with money or anything like that, and everything to do with maybe pushing the limits a little.
I talked to the two gentlemen who throw the show. They said it was okay, so I have carte blanche.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
right,
let's go to Fall Revival.
Let's go.